Chanticleers take care of business at home on Saturday afternoon. An impressive win against Radford. Good Sunday. This is the Cliff Ellis Show. I'm Rich Krampanis, and welcome in the Chanticleers head man. And Coach, your team had a very good run in the first half, and I know Radford came into this game long losing streak, but they still were coming off a pretty good game where they scored 45 points and a half against High Point and got a conference win.
Well, conference games are conference games. People know who you are. They dig down a little bit deeper, and we won the game by 20, but it was a spurt in the last 7 minutes of the first half that really propelled us to win. But it's good to score. It's just not an easy game in the league. It's just you'd like for it to be, but it's not.
Well, let's take a look at the highlights from Saturday afternoon at Kimball Arena. Chanticleers taking on Radford. And Coach, prior to the game, Sam McLaurin honored. He became the school's all-time block leader back on Tuesday in Asheville.
I'm glad to see that. I'm glad to see him get the standing ovation. It really meant a lot to him, I know. But man, what a warrior this guy's been, and he's the eraser for us.
No question about it. And early on, Anthony RAFFA, maybe too much being made of a slump, so to speak. But boy, there's no slump anymore.
Well, he's aggressive, and that's the way that he plays, and good things happen when you are aggressive.
Sam always showing his physical presence on the inside. Here he follows a Chris Grandigo miss with a slam.
He played a very good game inside.
But Coach, in the early part of this game, give credit to Radford. They did hang around, and it was 8-6, 12-10. It was a tight game for most of the first half.
I thought our defense was too loose, too passive, not enough pressure on the ball, didn't get through screens the way we needed to. And it really allowed Radford to be able to do some things.
Coach, I thought this is where the tide began to turn. It's Warren Gillis with the hoop and the foul. And Coach, we're going to welcome in our new sponsor, Hooters, with a "Did you see that?" Look at this again as Gillis hangs around in the air.
Well, it's a nice play, and we're glad to have Hooters on board. They're good people, and they mean a lot in our area. And of course, we know it all started with Mr. Brooks a long time ago. Now it's moving forward. Mike Pruitt and company, and everybody's involved. We're just glad to have Hooters as part of our program. That's for people to go support them.
Absolutely. Thank you to Hooters. And now we get back to the highlights as Anthony RAFFA drives baseline again. He's done this a few times in this game.
He really has, and that was a good play.
Sam McLaurin with a great look to Anthony RAFFA. You have the lead at 17-16.
Well, from here, things are going to start to open up a little bit, but again, as you can see, it's back and forth.
And I thought the key to this run here in the last 7 minutes was great ball distribution, and RAFFA finds Sam here who slams it down.
Well, that was a nice pass.
And then Warren Gillis one more time. Coach, he continues to build his role, and remember, he's only a freshman.
Well, he's doing a good job for us on both ends of the floor.
And Chris Grandigo real good at this, catch and shoot right off the inbounds.
He did a good job with that.
And then here's Anthony RAFFA. Now the lead begins to open up, Coach, at 27-18.
Well, we're starting to make a run, and we'll make a run through the first half.
Couple of big threes back-to-back. First by Anthony RAFFA, then this one by Danny NIEMAN makes it a 12-point advantage.
Well, we got it to double digits. Now the team can move forward, relax a little bit on as far as putting pressure on themselves and be loose.
Coach, I thought the best thing about the end of the first half was, you kind of smelled blood, and it could have been a 12-point game in the half, but you got it up to 18.
Well, that was a big push, and that 7-minute run was key.
The 7-minute run by Coastal Carolina has the Chanticleers in front, 41-23 at the half. Second half, Sam McLaurin on the inside. And the real storyline, Coach, you didn't miss very many shots at all.
No, we did not. We really hit a lot of shots. We either made shots, went to the foul line. We did have a few too many turnovers, but offensively, I can't say enough about the way we've played the last couple of games. Been very, very pleased.
Here's RAFFA with the steal and the layup. It's 45-28 at the 15:44 mark. And Coach, he shot 66% for the floor. And when slam dunks like this from Grandigo is only going to help the percentage.
Well, that's right. You get those kind of shots, you're going to shoot a high percentage.
How about RAFFA here on the reverse? This is one of the prettier plays of the game.
Very nice.
And then Kier goes inside to Jon Pack. He slams one down. And Coach, throughout this second half, it never got below double digits. You maintained that lead pretty much throughout.
Well, we did, and Radford wouldn't go away. You got to give them credit.
Coach, it seems no coincidence that when you needed a bucket, you turn to Kier Greenwood. He gets in the paint, and he puts 2 points on the board.
And he did a great job getting to the paint and also to the foul line.
That's one Kier drive, and then here's Kier to make it 69-53 at the 3:32 mark. And Coach, he just kept making baskets. He decided that this game wasn't going to get interesting.
Exactly, and that's what you want a point guard to do.
Radford was relentless. They kept pressing until the very end, and the result was you getting on the free throw line, and Anthony RAFFA knocked down 5 free throws in a row.
And that's a key late in the game. Knock your foul shots down, protect the ball.
82-62 the final here at Kimball Arena as Anthony RAFFA pours in 28. Coach, an impressive effort by your team to improve to 7-2 in the Big South.
Well, we're at the halfway point, and we held serve today at home, and now it's time to go to the second half of the race. There's going to be a lot of tough games ahead, beginning next week with Presbyterian and Gardner-Webb.
And after the game, Anthony RAFFA and Sam McLaurin talked about a very solid effort by the Chanticleers.
Everybody is in scoring slumps. I mean, not just me, everybody, and you just got to work through that. I mean, there's other players on the team that can step up, which we had the last couple of games, and I mean, I don't think about that. I just care about winning.
This week in practice, we tried to alleviate a lot of the one-on-one things that we used to do. Coach emphasized that we change sides of the floor and touch the paint, and good things happen for us. And that's what pretty much happened. Once we changed sides of the floor, we got good shot opportunities. If not, we got good rebound opportunities. So a lot of things went well for us today.
Just in general, the way this team bounced back from Tuesday, it seemed they had their focus. Sometimes tough loss like that, big emotional game. Sometimes you can fall into a swoon there. But.
Well, we try not to dwell. The one thing that I try to do is get them not to dwell on anything. I mean, we just got to focus on the next game. You just can't get caught up into any of that. And I think our guys are mature. You got leaders like Sam, Kier's a junior, Danny's a junior, Ralph's a junior. They've been around the block, and I think they're leading the way in the right way. It's a long season. And you got to throw losses away, but you got to throw wins away too. I mean, this was fine, sleep on it, but tomorrow you better be thinking about next week.
Our HTC peak performer from the Radford game is Anthony RAFFA, 28 points. That ties a career high for the Sea Isle City, New Jersey native.
Got a lot of breakaways, distributed the ball well, got the ball from players to make plays. He had a good game.
Time for us to take a break. When we come back, we'll look back on Tuesday night's showdown with first place UNC Asheville. That's when the Cliff Ellis Show continues right after this.
The Cliff Ellis Show is brought to you by HTC. This is life. Connect with it.
Coastal Carolina University Chanticleers need to concentrate on playing their best, not worrying about what to do if an injury occurs. At Strand Orthopedic Consultants and Coastal Orthopedic Associates, we offer all our patients comprehensive orthopedic care from our team of renowned specialists. So no matter what your game, you can stay on top of it. Strand Orthopedic Consultants and Coastal Orthopedic Associates, proud to be the team physicians of the Coastal Carolina University Chanticleers and sponsors of the Coach Cliff Ellis Show.
Hello, I'm Tommy Britton. Along with my children, Case, Preston, and Mary Madison, I practice law here in Myrtle Beach. We're now known as the Britton Law Firm. And Coach Ellis and Coach LaForce, we have fine men that are leading our students at Coastal to great achievements. It's been a pleasure over the years to sponsor this program. The Britton Law Firm, all claims, trials in all courts.
The Cliff Ellis Show is brought to you by Crescent Bank. The great folks at Crescent Bank are big supporters of Coastal Carolina basketball and Chanticleer athletics. Visit one of Crescent Bank's 4 Grand Strand locations in Conway, Myrtle Beach, North Myrtle Beach, and Garden City. Crescent Bank. Have a nice bank.
The Cliff Ellis Show is brought to you by Griffin Industries, a tradition in agribusiness since 1943.
The Cliff Ellis Show is brought to you by Griffin Industries. Since 1943, Griffin Industries has been partnering with restaurants to provide spent grease removal. Griffin's family-owned recycling expertise covers 18 states, including the Carolinas. Call Griffin Industries today to see how your restaurant can receive best in-class service coupled with the most attractive rebate programs in the industry. Call 800-743-7413 or visit www.griffinind.com.
Welcome back to the Cliff Ellis Show, presented by HTC and Griffin Industries. We go back now to Tuesday night, where the Chanticleers had a first-place showdown on the line against UNC Asheville. Let's take a look at the action. Coach, your first look at Kimball Arena here on the campus of UNCA, and similar to what the Convocation Center is going to be like next year for you.
Well, it's a nice place, and they've got a good facility. They've got their program going. Of course, Eddie is a guy that's been around the game a long time. He knows what the deal is, and he's getting good support, and they're a very good basketball team.
Good start for your team, starting with Kiera Greenwood, and then inside Sam McLaurin. Sam was able to establish his presence inside.
Yeah, we were able to get the ball inside and make some points count early on.
Here's Anthony RAFFA getting Coastal on the board one more time, and then this is a Kiera Greenwood stealing lane. Coach, 4 minutes in, you're up 10-7.
Well, we're up at the same point in time. There's a long way to go.
Chris Stevenson gets going, and UNC Asheville got those threes in the middle part of the first half, couple of threes, and now it's an 18-12 Bulldogs advantage.
I thought his threes were momentum. He's a big guy that doesn't shoot well, but we gave him too much space. You can't dare a guy like that shots, and you know, he made some big threes. They were big shots for him.
And the other hot hand was J.P. Prim. He was on fire in the first half.
Well, he's one of the best guards in the Southeast.
And here's Prim doing the old backyard play off of Jon Pack there for 2 more. But Jon Pack was able to establish scoring here. He ends a little scoring drought.
Well, John had a double-double, 14 points, 12 rebounds. Can't say enough about the job that he did in this game. If we can eliminate those turnovers in the post, he has a superb game.
And then Chris Grandigo gets his 3rd foul with 7:34 to go in the first half. Coach, this was a big part of the storyline.
Well, the storyline in this game in the first half is he and Kiera Greenwood got in foul trouble. And we've got a 3-point game when we do get to the 3-minute and 23-second mark. And they're in foul trouble. Our depth and bench are on the court. It needs to make sure we don't dig a hole. Unfortunately, they own the last 3 minutes and 23 seconds.
And, Coach, I thought that you guys did a great job of kind of clawing back from double digits down. Here's Pack with the hoop and the foul, and then Anthony RAFFA hits this 3 from a corner. And as you mentioned, Coach, now it's a 36-32 game.
Absolutely, and, you know, we've got to gear down. But, again, foul trouble is going to cost us in the first half.
Here's a big-time move by Sam McLaurin on the inside. It's now 39-36 with 3:34 to go.
Well, from here on, it's going to be pretty much UNC Asheville. This is where they made a surge, and this was really the second comeback that we had made, and we'll have to make a 3rd in the second half. But they own the next 3 minutes and a half.
And it's Prim with a 3 in the foul. It's a 4-point play, and then here's Dickey to end the half. Coach, you're down 47-38 at the break.
Yeah, very lackadaisical. We changed our defense and put in a zone, and that's too easy for them to score.
What a great job, though, by your team early in the second half, starting with Jon Pack, and then Anthony RAFFA tips in his own miss. You're down 4 now, 49-45.
Well, we're going to come back and tie this basketball game, and it's going to be the 3rd run that we make. We just didn't have a 4th run.
Danny NIEMAN hits the 3. It's 49-48, and then here's Kiera Greenwood with a steal. Does a good job of pushing it up the floor, Coach. Now you're tied up at 51 apiece.
That was a good steal, good defense, and that's kind of some of the things that they've been doing to us, stealing it and getting layups on the other end. So it was kind of one of those things where we got one back at them.
Prim hits the 3 here. It's 54-51 UNCA, and then at the 12:44 mark, Coach, Kiera Greenwood picks up foul number 4.
And that was tough. Again, when he's not there, it makes a difference. We held serve, though, for a while. We did okay for a while, but sooner or later that foul's going to come back and haunt us.
Coach, you try and find the positives, and UNCA couldn't shake your team. Grandigo hits one here, and then Sam McLaurin, the hoop and the foul. It's a 5-point game, 63-58.
Well, it's close. Going to be close until we get to the very end.
Chris Grandigo turns it over here, and J.P. Prim just keeps on cranking at 67-59.
Well, you know, they've got the run. It's going to be hard to catch them from here. We want to make a run, but we just don't have the gas.
One more push here by Coastal, and Grandigo stops and hits the long 2, 71-65 with 7:20 to go. This is as close as you'd get, though, Coach.
Well, they're going to make plays down the stretch, and we're going to have too many turnovers and missed shots.
Matt Dickey follows his own miss here. That made it 77-67, and then a big basket here by Chris Stevenson to get it to double digits.
Well, that was kind of the backbreaker. We try to come back, but we got a long way to go in a short period of time.
And, Coach, you got to give a lot of credit to your team, though. They were awfully scrappy, and they just kept on fighting and kept on fighting, even though you kind of knew that UNCA was going to win this game.
Well, they're a scrappy team, and UNCA Asheville is a scrappy team. It's just 2 teams that went at each other, and they were able to get to us.
31 of 33 from the free throw line, the other big part of this ball game.
Well, the major part. I mean, that's the big part. I think that we had some fouls that were kind of dumb fouls, to be honest with you. But going on the line 33 times, they hit 31. You got to give them credit.
88 to 81 is your final. And after the game, players with a positive attitude despite the loss.
I just thought we didn't play well as a team. You know, we didn't get it to the second side, and we had a lot of bad turnovers, and they're just so good in transition. You just can't afford to do that. And we're going to get better, and we know better than anybody that this season doesn't end until March.
We had a lot of guys in early foul trouble, you know, key guys, Chris, Kier, and then, I mean, they're at home. They're going to hit a lot of tough shots. And then, I mean, we just turned the ball over a lot, too. So, I mean, there's a lot of different factors we could point in, but overall, we just didn't play as well as we could.
Do you think you guys will be comfortable in the role of being the chaser as opposed to, you know, like you said, for the last 2 years, everyone was chasing you, and now you guys kind of officially have to get into chase mode now?
I mean, I don't know. We'll see. I've never really been in chase mode before, but it'll be fun. We don't want to lose no games. We want to get out there and play everybody as tough as we can, and I think that's what we're going to do as a team. And we got a tough bunch of guys back here, and we'll get it together and come out and.
Our HCC peak performer from the UNC Asheville game is Sam McLaurin. The redshirt junior had 17 points and 6 rebounds and 1 block shot. That block shot made him the all-time leader in blocks in Coastal Carolina history. Congratulations to Sam McLaurin. Time for us to take another break. When we come back, it's time for us to meet one of the new assistants on Coach Ellis' staff. We'll spend some time with Benny Moss when we return.
The Cliff Ellis Show is brought to you by Creek Rats, A&I Fire and Water Restoration, and Britton Law Firm.
When it comes to fire, water, and mold damage, there is only one company to call, A&I Fire and Water Restoration. A&I has been in business for nearly 4 decades and continues to win national awards for their cutting-edge technology in the field, craftsmanship, and excellent customer service. In 2010, A&I took home another Chrysalis Award and are also recipients of the Big 50 Award for Remodeling Magazine. A&I is the Grand Strand's oldest, largest, and most trusted fire and water restoration company. So when disaster strikes, you know who to call. The name to trust, A&I Fire and Water Restoration.
My HTC high-speed internet is not only crucial to my day-to-day work, but it also offers a constant connection to the world around me. News, weather, staying in touch with friends, and still catching all the things I can't get on TV. HTC delivers the fastest and most reliable connection to the things that mean the most.
Get HTC high-speed residential internet for as low as $14.95 a month with a variety of speeds available.
HTC. This is life. Connect with it.
Locals love Creek Rats for dinner. They rave about the seafood dinner special, baskets, po' boys, wraps, and burgers. When you experience those incredible waterfront views, you get that relaxed Creek Rats attitude on the Marsh Walk in Merle's Inlet and on Celebration Lake in Florence.
The inside story is right at your fingertips. News Channel 15 is on Facebook and Twitter. Unlimited access, a conversation involving you, insights, comments, a connection. Follow News Channel 15 on Facebook and Twitter. Your news, your station.
He's done it all in college basketball, a player at both UNC Charlotte and Pfeiffer, and a head coach for the UNC Wilmington Seahawks, leading them to a 20-win season during 2007-2008. He was fired at UNCW 1 year ago. That's where Coach Ellis came into play, offering Moss an assistant coaching position at Coastal Carolina.
Long story short, Coach Ellis is good friends with a couple of guys I've worked for in the future, Bobby Lutz in particular. Coach Lutz was with Coach Ellis at Clemson. I was with Coach Lutz at Pfeiffer for 3 years, NAIA, as well as 6 years at UNC Charlotte before I became the head coach at UNCW.
The 41-year-old Moss has coached at 6 different colleges during his career. He knows what it takes to make the postseason. As an assistant at UNC Charlotte, he helped the 49ers to 4 NCAA tournament appearances.
One thing I do is I do a lot of scouting. Coach Hogan and I do a lot of scouting. The good thing about this staff is everyone can do a lot of different things. And but you know, being a former head coach as well as an assistant coach for a long time, I think I can bring a lot to the table to help Coach Ellis with the game planning and things like that.
Moss says being an assistant under Cliff Ellis is an ideal situation for this Winston-Salem native.
He's great. You know, I couldn't ask for a better situation. Very fortunate to be here with him and back in the game of basketball. I was away for a year, but he's as good as it gets. He's a great coach. He's an even better person.
Coach Moss says he wants to stay on the Conway campus at Coastal Carolina for years to come.
To be honest, I'm very happy where I'm at. You know, I've been a Division I head coach before already. I just want to. I'm very happy here, and I look forward to staying here for several years and helping Coach Ellis continue to win games and win championships.
We're very privileged to have Benny Moss on our coaching staff. I've known Benny a long time. I actually played against him when I was at Clemson, and he played at North Carolina Charlotte. He was a very good player, and he went into the coaching ranks with one of the guys that I helped start, Bobby Lutz, was an assistant coach with him. He was a head coach at North Carolina Wilmington. We're very fortunate to have his expertise that he's brought to Coastal Carolina. Very proud to have Benny Moss on our staff.
Time to step away. When we come back, it's time for Sean's Corner. The coach goes one-on-one with big man Jon Pack. That's when the Cliff Ellis Show continues right after this. Grand Strand Hooters presents A Look Back, highlighting some of the great moments from the Cliff Ellis era at Coastal Carolina. Saturday was the South Carolina Republican presidential primary. Coastal basketball had a close tie-in with the 2008 presidential election. Former CCU guard Jack Leasure had the honor of introducing then Senator Barack Obama at a campus rally at Kimball Arena, and a lifelong memory for one of CCU's all-time greats on the hardwood.
It was right in the middle of Kimball Arena too, and I didn't feel at home at all. As soon as I walked up there, it was a whole new area, and I was shook for about the first 30 seconds or so. But then I said a few things and kind of got the crowd riled up a little bit, and it was, you know, it's kind of like hitting a three, and the crowd gets behind you, and you kind of relax after that.
I want to thank Jack Leasure, who just introduced me, and I understand this guy can fill it up during basketball season. He's got a little bit of game.
When you meet someone and you have, you know, you really look up to them, and then they kind of fulfill the way you've looked up to them. You know, they meet those expectations, and they're really just a good person. It kind of, you know, it's a good feeling.
But I don't want to play horse with Jack Leasure, because I understand he's filling it up. So congratulations, and we're so pleased to have you involved. We're very grateful. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Hooters, with 2 locations in Myrtle Beach, is a proud sponsor of the Cliff Ellis Show.
The Cliff Ellis Show is brought to you by Coastal Orthopedic, Strand Orthopedic, Crescent Bank, Have a Nice Bank, and Chanticleer Holdings.
Come get that relaxed Creek Rats attitude on the Marsh Walk in Merle's Inlet and overlooking Celebration Lake on South Cashua in Florence.
HTC Home Security offers me the comfort of knowing I'm safe at night. I count on the monitoring services to safeguard my family and my belongings. HTC offers the peace of mind and protection I need for the things that matter the most.
Bundle your HTC home phone with your existing security equipment for one low price. Switch to HTC Security Monitoring and start saving today.
HTC. This is life. Connect with it.
Morning news is more than just recapping the news from the night before.
It's important to fill you in, to keep you informed, and help you kickstart your day.
My goal for the morning show is to make it the one place where viewers can go and feel comfortable that they're going to get all the up-to-date information about weather, about news, and about the stories that are going to impact their lives.
Let's go, let's get the day started, and don't even think about hitting that snooze button.
Start your day with Good Morning Carolinas, only on News Channel 15. Your news, your station.
We're here today on Sean's Corner with Jon Pack. He's from Dallas, Georgia. He's been a favorite of mine to coach. He works extremely hard. 6'11", a big, strong, physical young man. This is his last year, a senior. I want to ask you a couple of questions. Who were your biggest influences when you were growing up?
Biggest influences? I actually had a late influence. What happened was my senior year, I had my high school coach actually transferred out, and I had a new coach come in, Jamal McCoy, and he introduced me to Keevy Dixon. For that whole summer, for 3 months, every single day, going up to the Boys and Girls Club, working out. and he's what really made it happen with his help and Coach McCoy, my high school coach. So I owe them a lot, and thank them for everything they did for getting me where I'm at.
What do you like most about Coastal Carolina?
Coastal Carolina. You can't really beat the atmosphere. You got the beach, a little bit of everything. You know, it's a great place. Great place to be around. Yep.
You like to be a lifeguard?
I can't really say I want to be no lifeguard. I'm too white to be out there 15 hours a day.
You get pickled?
I'd fry like a lobster.
What's been your favorite moment as a Chanticleer?
Favorite moment. A lot of people might think that LSU win, but I might go back a couple years ago. I like when we were playing VMI. VMI was first in our conference, and Mario Edwards came down and hit the game-winning 3 buzzer beater, and that put us up like 197 over then. I was pretty excited.
Yeah, that was a great win, and I remember that. What is the one thing that the people out there might be surprised to know about you?
Oh, man. Ooh, you're putting me on the spot right now. One thing they might
not R. Kelly, is it?
I'm kind of a softy. I listen to R&B. The guys make fun of me. Like Pretty Wings might be my favorite song by Maxwell. So when it comes to my music choice, I'm pretty much a big softy.
There you have it. Jon Pack, Dallas, Georgia, senior.
Time now for our HTC scouting report. Coach, interesting, you're going to Presbyterian and Gardner-Webb. You just faced these teams less than 2 weeks ago.
Well, we're making the second run, and you got to play them sometime. So it's just the way that it turned out. But, you know, all the games going down the stretch are big. Right now there's 4 teams in the race in the regular season. They're jockeying for position. That's us, UNC Asheville, Campbell, and Charleston Southern. And we all know how tough Presbyterian is with Coleman. We know Gardner-Webb lost a buzzer beater to us at home, so we've got 2 tough road games.
And Gardner-Webb, that's the game that's going to be interesting. They play well in Boiling Springs, and every game they've played in has been decided by 5 points or less, it seems.
It's unreal. They could be at the top of the league. They could be a contender. They've lost some close games, but they're very good.
But, Coach, as we get to the second half of the Big South season, 7-2, not too shabby to say the least, but the one thing we've learned is, and you said it a lot in Asheville, and it really rings true, that there's a long way to go. We're just at the halfway mark.
We just got to play them one at a time, Rich.
All right, Coach, thanks so much. Congratulations on another good week, and we'll see you next week.
Thanks.
We will be in Boiling Springs next week for the Cliff Ellis Show, highlights of Gardner-Webb and Presbyterian. We'll see you next Sunday. Thanks so much for watching.
The Cliff Ellis Show is brought to you by Bonnie Plants. Our roots run deep.
Hello, I'm Cliff Ellis, and these are peat pots from Bonnie Plants. Bonnie Plants is where I like to go. When you get ready to garden this spring, you need to buy Bonnie Plants. They're the only ones in these 100% biodegradable peat pots. They encourage healthy root development, and they're so easy to plant. Just tear off the bottom half of the pot and the recyclable label, and they're ready to go in the ground. I want to thank Bonnie Plants for being a supporter of the Cliff Ellis Basketball Show. The Cliff Ellis Show is brought to you by Griffin Industries. Since 1943, Griffin Industries has been partnering with restaurants to provide spent grease removal. Griffin's family-owned recycling expertise covers 18 states, including the Carolinas. Call Griffin Industries today to see how your restaurant can receive best in-class service coupled with the most attractive rebate programs in the industry. Call 800-743-7413 or visit www.griffinind.com.
My HTC high-speed internet's not only crucial to my day-to-day work, but it also offers a constant connection to the world around me. News, weather, staying in touch with friends, and still catching all the things I can't get on TV. HTC delivers the fastest and most reliable connection to the things that mean the most.
Get HTC high-speed residential internet for as low as $14.95 a month with a variety of speeds available.
HTC. This is life. Connect with it.